Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late May 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Libras. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's shuffle it up one time, see what we got for you this week. Talk to me, my gods. What's going on with the Libras, please? And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you could lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going. Let's rock. Let's see what's happening for Libra, please, my guys. Just one card. Start us off here nice and smooth. As the year presses forward, yeah, I mean, you're the first sign so far where the deck is being specific, but there we go. Okay, so we do have this mental abundance that's been showing up for every single sign this week so far. Every sign has started off with a lot of things on the mind, but this one is very positive, my friends, and we'll talk about it. You see the weird imagery there. There's a lot happening, but before we peel back the layers on it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Have a look at this card. It pops up from time to time. You see this lovely lady there wearing a dress. There's literally a tree popping out of her damn head. But notice that this tree is bearing fruit. There's books, there's a whole bunch of educational materials all over this. So when I see it, I do think of someone with a very rich mind with great ideas. In this time, sure, just like all the other signs this week, your mind might be going a little extra, but now is a very good time for brainstorming ideas, business ideas, ideas to change your personal situations. There is an abundance of this mental energy swinging towards the positive right here in the front end. Now, this card can also speak about communication in a few different ways, so talks, messages, stuff like that. But I just want to say, when there's an abundance of this mental energy that I've been seeing throughout all the signs, this could be Spirit asking you to really embrace your ideas and let them out. Don't let all this mental action just stay within your mind, because that's when it could turn into other things, right? We want to vent those things out and bring it into the world. But let's get into tarot. I always say with that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. But yeah, I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness flowing. So let's see what's up here. Let's get a good shuffle for my Libras, please. My friends, what do we got? Talk to me, please. So, last week's reading, I mean, it was a very simple title, but it was one that would raise some eyebrows, right? It was titled, They Are Mad. And the big vibe I was getting, obviously, I don't think I have to paint a complex picture for you. Someone was in their feelings last week. Maybe you were a little more temperamental than you normally are. I know you Libras are very peace-loving types of people, but everyone has a certain line, right? But there was somebody who was feeling a little disgruntled in the reading last week. So we're going to see what we have for you this week. You know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. Let's get you 3. That's another thing I was getting last week, is that it did feel like it wasn't all the Libras. There might have just been somebody around you that's a little disgruntled. All right, we do have the 7 of Wands in the beginning. Now, this could be very determined, or it could still be a little combative. So we might have to watch out for this. Let's just put it here. Let's get 2 more. 7 of Wands isn't a bad card by any stretch of the imagination, but might be feeling cornered. Wow. All right. 10 of Cups right here in the center. So your hard work and dedication towards something might pay off big time, or maybe that's something you need to hear. I like this. Let's get 1 more. I'm feeling good towards this so far, Libra. Optimistic. And there's your card right here on the back end. This is going to be super interesting this week, Libra. I could already tell, with Lady Justice taking up the back end. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get that juicy, intuitive stuff flowing, because we're going to have to with a reading like this. If you kindly look in the box, you'll see, interesting, elementally, we got separate areas. That's another thing I've been seeing through a lot of different signs, is that we might be taking a broad look at different areas of life. These could be different situations you're going through. I'm feeling optimistic so far, but we got fire, water. We have a card that represents you. There's a lot of layers here. Now, let's go one by one. Position number 1, the 7 of Wands. This card to me, you see this person, looks like they're fighting off or fending off a bunch of people. So of course, I always say all cards have positive and negative. The challenges or negatives of this card could be possibly feeling cornered, feeling trapped, feeling imprisoned, like your hands are tied. So some of you might have some cabin fever, or you might feel stuck in some sort of way. The positives of this Seven of Wands, it could be somebody that is going to continue fighting no matter what. This is going to be someone that they're going to fight the good fight. It doesn't matter how many hurdles and trials and tribulations, they're going to keep moving, they're going to keep it pushing, nothing's going to stop them. There's a lot of determination with this card, and that's one thing that I love about it. However, it could also be confrontational. Like I said, someone who's a bit temperamental, so watch for other people having temper flare-ups in this time or conflict. We're not going to fully go that route because right next to it, we have the Ten of Cups, one of the most positive cards in the whole entire deck. I love it. The Ten of Cups. All tens in tarot represent the close of a cycle. This is more of like a happy ending, a wish come true. This is emotional fulfillment. I mean, simplistically, it could just talk about how you're feeling emotionally when we clarify it. But when we see this, we think of the prototypical happy ending. There might be situations revolving around family when this card shows up. There might be situations involving the home, whether you're fixing up the home or wanting to move the home, whatever it might be. But when I see the Ten of Cups, I think of blessings, I think of wins, victories, all that beautiful stuff. So we really want to clarify this and see what it's about, because there could be something coming in that makes you quite happy indeed, my friends, when the Ten of Cups is here. And it almost jumped out of my hands. Let's put it back here. Now, moving to the very back end, we got Lady Justice. If you watch tarot, you already know about lovely Lady Justice. This is the card that represents Libra in the tarot deck. So in my simplistic style, when we clarify her, it could be something that's coming towards you or a way you might be feeling. Other themes that we think about with her could be legal things and situations. She could speak about contracts and contractual obligations, paperwork, the legal system. So you might have a big interest in true crime and legal things in this time, whatever it might be. When I see Lady Justice, though, I think of choices, making the right decision, fair and balanced, but she is the biggest card of karma when she shows up. So we might be looking at some sort of karmic cycle, karmic lesson, karmic retribution, whatever it might be, karmic blessing possibly. So it all really depends, but she does have a lot of karmic cyclical archetypes connected to her. Very in-depth types of cards. So we're just going to place her down right over here, Libra. I really want to dive deeper on all this. It's very interesting. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, so we're going to shuffle it up one more time for you, see what we have this week. Let's go, my gods. What do we got for my friends? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Seven of Wands first. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Libra, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Seven of Wands, which would be nice because we've been having some challenges in recent weeks for you, my friends. But let's see why that Seven of Wands is here. Thank you. Okay. All right, yeah, this could absolutely represent some sort of conflict that spins a little out of hand, out of control. We have the Five of Swords. Now, this is pretty much cementing to me that we could be looking at different areas of life, because the Five of Swords represents somebody that could be a little selfish. And we're getting this fire-air combination right here in the front end. So you might feel like there's somebody that you're connected to that they act in a very unbalanced manner, or they're unfair, or they're too harsh, or whatever it might be. There's just something off about the way they act. And that might spur you to react. That's a vibe I'm picking up here, Libra. You might feel like someone's behavior is out of hand and it's not fair. And if I know Libras, and I do because there's so many of them in my personal life, one thing that will piss a Libra off 10 out of 10 times if they feel something is unfair. And that is something I'm picking up here. So in this time, watch out for explosive, volatile conflicts. This could be a warning about explosive energy as well. Now, we're going to see how the rest of this plays out, right? But we do have two cards of conflict right here in the front end. We'll see if there's possible resolution and all that going through. But the Five of Swords, it's somebody that's a little self-centered, could be narcissistic people as well. So I'm just picking up that vibe. Just beware, this could be an explosive warning of some sort, or a warning about explosive conflict-based types of energy. Let's keep moving. And once again, this doesn't make up the whole entire reading. It's just a piece. But I really want to get over to the Lady Justice as well. But let's go in on that Ten of Cups. So why is that Ten of Cups here for my Libras, please? Yeah, that's such an interesting energy right there in the front. Yeah. A lot of you might just be in the mode and mindset where you're just going to worry about yourself, your own happiness, those that you're closest. Like, I know Libras are the peacemakers generally of the zodiac, right? They are very caring, loving Venus type of energy. But the Nine of Swords in reverse, this could be somebody letting go of something that stresses them out. This could be somebody letting go of the overthinking, letting go of the anxiety, and focusing on their happiness. A lot of you could be in that mode and mindset where you're like, you know what? If it doesn't make me happy, if it's more stress than it's worth, then I don't need it. I need to focus on my happiness and the happiness of those that I care about most, right? Like, that's a big vibe I'm picking up here. So the Nine of Swords, yeah, there's a lot of little subtextual elements that we could pull from this. But in reverse under the Ten of Cups, like, there could be something happening, a good occurrence that comes from this that makes you see things differently. But a lot of you could be focused on literally your own happiness and those closest to you, like hyper-focused on those things. That's just the big vibe I'm picking up here. But once again, there could still be wins and victories of various different kinds. If you're stressed, if you're nervous about something, it could turn out in a way where that stress and anxiety melts away, which would be very good. So we're picking up the wins and victories in a big way, in a massive way in the center. Let's see what's up with Lady Justice. So it's an interesting way this energy is playing out, because we got this volatile energy that's warning us in the beginning, but we're seeing things that happen because of it, right? Like, because of these realizations, because of these conflicts, there's an evolution happening. So let's go in on Lady Justice, right? I don't want to yap about it all day. You know me, I could talk to a wall for 10 hours straight. So let's see what's up with Lady Justice. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse opening up. Yeah, whatever this is in the beginning, whatever this conflict is or this realization here in the beginning, it has a ripple effect throughout the rest. The Four of Pentacles in reverse is very positive to me, because usually this is a clamped down, immovable, not flexible type of card. And when I see it under a card like yours, yes, this could represent a big cycle change in your life, like a big karmic shift in general. But the fact that this is in a Libra reading tells me that a lot of you might be changing from the inside in a very prominent and serious type of way. Like, real, palpable change is happening within you. A lot of you could be evolving or going through some sort of metamorphosis, like seeing things differently, acting differently, weighing things differently. Like, I'm really liking this change on the back end. But for those of you that might be cross-watching, you might need to know that you could be moving into a different karmic cycle of life in regards to your Libra. That's just the vibe I'm picking up here. Whether it's the way they act, whether it's something with your dynamic with them, this Four of Pentacles in reverse represents change, especially under a karmic card like that, okay? Okay, and I know, and another thing I just have to mention, I know a lot of times Libras in disagreements and arguments, they will spare the feelings of others to an extent. But what I'm seeing back here on this end is, like, in this time, if there are any headbutting conflicts or anything like that, I don't see you letting back. All right, so some of you might be in that mode like, all right, the gloves are off. So take that for what it's worth. But let's go through and do a quick little recap here. Then we'll get into the shadow card. Very interesting reading this week, Libra. But in position number one, we have the Seven of Wands with the Five of Swords in the upright. Like I said, this fire-air combination does tell me that there could be certain conflicts happening, a battle of wills, a battle of some sort, and with that mixture, it could be very volatile. So watch out. This could be an explosive warning about conflict and volatile energies. Moving further, we have the Ten of Cups with the Nine of Swords in reverse. For a portion of you, there could be benefits that come from this conflict or this realization or whatever this is. It sparks change, because right there with the Ten of Cups, Nine of Swords in reverse, a lot of you could be very much hyper-focused on your own happiness and those that you're closest to in this time, like not wasting your energy. A lot of you could have some sort of big win or victory as well that comes in. So I would claim this energy, because if you're stressed about something, if there's something you're particularly anxious about, that could melt away. Moving to the back end, we have Justice with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. This feels beautiful. If you're cross-watching, this could really signal a karmic shift or change in your relationship with your Libra. But if you are a Libra, you might be very no holds barred in this time, right? Like if you do experience energies like this, it's like gloves off. I'm going to tell it like it is. So it's interesting that we have it on the back end, but there could be something changing within you for in a very positive way, in a meaningful way. So please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you one shadow card here. Super interesting this week, my friends. Let's get you one shadow card. What's in the shadows for Libra? And I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end. I feel like it's a nice introspective thing to do. So what do we got here for my Libra friends, please? There, nice and quick. Called it. There we go. So we have the Ace of Cups. So we're keying back into the realm of emotion, possible romance here when we have this in the shadows. Aces are generally cards of opportunity. And when Ace of Cups to me shows up in the shadows, there could be something really triggering an emotional response from you in the coming days and weeks, regardless of what we were seeing within the tarot itself. This could represent something from the past or something deep-seated within yourself. So Spirit might want you to really analyze why you're having an emotional response in that way. So it might not be something you're going through right now. For a portion of you, you might want to keep certain romantic things at a distance as well when this card shows up. So take that for what it's worth. But I would always say whenever I get water in the shadows, don't suppress or repress anything. Let it out. So yeah, Libra, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. For the May subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 boxes of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. This is an awesome deck. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards in this week's reading, which one spoke to you the most. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I will announce the winners in my community tab at random. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.